Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. Well, and then there were two in our 1983 one-and-done tournament Strat-O-Matic Advanced Card and Dice. It will be in the championship game. The Baltimore Orioles taking on the Chicago White Sox. And how could it be any other? The number 2 seeded Orioles finished 98 and 64. In reality, they would beat the White Sox in the American League Championship Series, go on to beat the Phillies in the World Series in 1983. The Chicago White Sox, the 1 seed, 99 and 63. So the top 2 seeds make it through to the one-and-done 1983 tournament championship. Game number 25 and the final game of the tournament championship. Here at the ballpark is Jack Dawson. Check out that wonderful channel. Let's get to the starting lineups and roll some Strat-O-Matic baseball advanced. For the Baltimore Orioles, playing center field, leading off will be John T-Bone Shelby. Batting second in left field, John Lowenstein. Playing first base, batting third, Eddie Murray. The cleanup hitter, the shortstop, Cal Ripken Jr. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Kenny Singleton. Disco Dan Ford bats sixth, and he plays right field. Len Cicada bats seventh at second base. Manning the hot corner, Rich Dower, and he'll bat eighth. Batting ninth, doing the catching, Rick Dempsey. On the mound in this championship game for the Baltimore Orioles, Scott McGregor. He was 18 and 7 with a 3.18, and he's 1-0 in the tournament. He won their first game that the Orioles played in. Now for the Chicago White Sox, the 1 seed. Leading off, Rudy Law. He's in center field. Julio Cruz bats second and plays second. Carlton Fisk does the catching. He'll bat third. The cleanup hitter is the right fielder, Harold Baines. Ron Kittle's out in left, batting fifth. The Bull, Greg Lazinski, is the designated hitter. He'll bat sixth. Tom Paciorek plays first, batting seventh. Vance Law plays third. He'll bat eighth. Scott Fletcher, who hit a big home run in the semifinals to help lead the White Sox to victory, will bat ninth and plays short. Up on the bump for the White Sox in this championship game, Richard Dotson, 22 and 7 with a 3.23, and he too is 1-0 in the tournament. Larry Harris is at the ballpark, and Randy Luxembourg. As Randy says, my 62 Mets season with Seaver and Golden is very cool. Through 20 games, the Mets are 9 and 11. Not bad. No, only 2 games under 500. Larry Harris says, wow, replay of the American League Championship. Yes. So the top 2 seeds did make it through to the championship. So here we go. As Richard Dotson, oh my God, I'll be messing that up. Richard Dotson will be up on the bump. John T-Bone Shelby, switch hitter, strides to the plate. He'll be batting lefty off the right-handed throwing Dotson. Point of weakness is in the 7th. For Scott McGregor, it's also in the 7th. McGregor, though, is a lefty. So here's John T-Bone Shelby to start things off for the Orioles. Dotson, he's ready. The windup and the pitch to Shelby. Ball game on the way. And that's a 6-2. How do you do? Left-handed batter, 6-2. Ground ball back to Dotson. He snares it. Throws to Paciorek. 1 down. So a good start for the White Sox. 1 up, 1 down via the ground ball to the pitcher. Here's John Lowenstein. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato. Left-handed batter. He awaits the Dotson offering. Fisk sets the target. The pitch homeward bound to Lowenstein. Let it be Lowenstein. Yes, it's Lowenstein. That's a 3-4. Will it close the door? Right-handed pitcher, 3-4 fly ball to center. That's going to be out number 2, making the catch. In center is Rudy Law. So that's 2 down. Dotson, the White Sox, looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Here's a switch hitting first baseman, Eddie Murray. Murray batting lefty off the right-handed throwing Dotson. Here's the windup and the pitch to Eddie Murray. Dotson fires in a 4-3. What will it be? We shall see on the 4-3. Left-handed batter. 4-3. Fly ball out to left field. The left fielder. Defense check is Kittle. He's a 4, but that's an 8. A 4 and an 8 goes to a defense check. And he's not bad. He's an E11. And that's a 7. And he misplays the ball. It goes off his glove, rolls behind him. It's going to be a 2-base error. So what should have been a 1-2-3 inning and a fly out to left. Kittle butchers the ball. And Murray on the E7, is at second. You don't want to give a good team extra outs. Ken Castro's at the ballpark covering the game for the Rhode Island Times. Randy Luxembourg says, "Go Orioles! I went to the 83 series. What fun." Orioles have a chance to push one across, and here comes Cal Ripken Jr., right-handed batter. Murray would be held close. He'll only be a +1, 1 through 15. Dotson peeks over his shoulder, now looks in at the plate. He rocks and deals to Cal Ripken Jr. 5-6, pick up some sticks, righty-righty. 5-6, swing and a miss, and the side is retired. Caught him with the breaking pitch. Ripken fooled badly. So Dotson bails out his left fielder, Kittle. The 2-base error doesn't hurt. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. Due up for the White Sox, Rudy Law, Julio Cruz, and Carlton Fisk. Ripken was fooled quite badly on the breaking pitch. So it's Scott McGregor up on the mound for the White Sox, looking to put up a goose egg. He'll face Rudy Law. Rudy Law, left-handed batter. McGregor's a lefty, so it's a lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the leg kick and the pitch from McGregor to Law. 6-2, how do you do? Lefty-lefty, 6-2. Ground ball back to McGregor, and he tosses to Murray, 1 down. So the same start for McGregor that Dotson had, a ground out, 1-3. That'll bring up the switch hitter Julio Cruz. He'll bat right-handed. Want to keep him off the base paths. Like Law, he's a AA stealer. Dempsey sets the target to pitch to Cruz. 6-6. You get your kicks on Route 66. Right-handed batter. 6-6. Single to center. So Julio Cruz singles to center. Dempsey has a -3 arm. They'll hold him. He's a AA stealer. And AA Steelers -2, so that's -5 overall. 1 through 12. He'll stay put for now. Cruz will stay put because Pudge, Carlton Fisk, strides to the plate. Fisk had the game-winning hit in the 9th against the Red Sox to eliminate his former team in the tournament. McGregor looking for a double play ball. They'll hold Cruz close. Here's the pitch to Pudge. McGregor tosses in a 3-8. Left-handed pitcher, 3-8. That's a walk. Advancing to second is Cruz. Fisk battles for the base on ball. So first and second, 1 out. White Sox have something going here early off McGregor. And now bring up the left-handed batting right fielder Harold Baines. Lefty-lefty matchup. Dempsey wiggles the fingers, sets the target. Here's the pitch from McGregor to Harold Baines. 4-9. Lefty-lefty, 4-9. Ground ball slowly hit the second. The only play for Sakata is to first, as it was a ground ball C. So Baines grounds out 4-3. Advancing to third is Cruz. Advancing to second is Fisk. So 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. For Ron Kittle, he made that horrific error and left. But Dotson bailed him out by striking out Ripken to end the top of the first. Kittle looking to tee it high and let it fly. The lefty McGregor nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Ron Kittle, 6-5. Right-handed batter, 6-5. Fly ball, shallow center field, coming in. And Shelby makes the catch, and the side is retired on the lazy, shallow fly ball to center. The White Sox strand 2. We're through 1, no score here in Chicago. This is the championship game of the 1983 1&done Strat-O-Matic Card and Dice tournament with my original set. Top of the second we go. And for the Orioles, it'll be Singleton, Disco Dan Ford, and Len Cicada. Back up on the bump, Richard Dotson for the Pale Hose. Here's Kenny Singleton. Switch hitter, he'll bat lefty. The windup and the pitch from Dotson. 1-10. 1-10 to Singleton. 1-10, single to left. So Kenny goes the other way. And the Orioles get their leadoff runner on. He's not a threat to steal. They will not hold him on until 2 outs. Here's Disco Dan Ford. Ford will swing away, right-handed batter. He awaits the Dotson offering. Here's the pitch. Dotson fires in a 4-8, righty-righty, 4-8 fly ball center field. Retreating back to first is Singleton. Making the catch is Rudy Law. 1 down. Now bring up the second baseman, Len Cicada. He made a nice play on that slow grounder to second. Singleton takes a slight lead. Dotson peeks over, but they're not holding him on. Now looks in, picks up the sign from Fisk. The pitch to Len Cicada. 5-5. Righty-righty matchup. 5-5. Ground ball, second base. The second baseman is Julio Cruz. He's a 1, and that's a 9. 1-9. 1-9 goes to an error check. Cruz's error rating's an E15. And that's a 9. He should make this play, I would believe. 15-9. No, he boots it. 3 through 5, and a 9 is a 1-base error. The second error on the White Sox. Wow. So Cicada reaches on the E4. His counterpart boots the ball, a little too anxious to try to turn 2. Lifted up the glove a bit, and it nubbed off his glove. Singleton advances to second, and Cicada's at first. That should have been an inning-ending double play. Instead, 1 out, 2 on for Rich Dower, the third baseman. Let's see what Dower can do. White Sox not helping out their pitcher. Second error. Cicada at first. Singleton at second. E-stealer. They will not hold him on with 1 out. Here's the pitch to Rich Dower. Dotson tosses up a 2-6. 2-6. Righty-righty matchup. 2-6. Line shot! Right at the second baseman, Cruz. This one he snares. He bluffs the throw. Diving back to second is Singleton. So good reaction by Julio Cruz. Dower hits it on the screws, but nothing to show for it. There's 2 outs. Runners will be off on contact. They will hold Singleton close. He'll only be a +1, 1 through 10. Cicada will be a +2 because you can't hold the runner on at first, and he'll be a 1 through 16. Here's Rick Dempsey, the number 9 batter, trying to give the Orioles the lead. Dotson trying to pitch around another error. Picks up the sign from Fisk. Here's the pitch to Dempsey. 5-8. Dempsey hoping for it to be great. Righty-righty matchup. 5-8. Swing and a miss, and the side is retired. Second strikeout for Dotson. Dempsey chased the high cheese. We go to the bottom of the second. Once again, Dempsey bails out a fielder after an error. No score. Due up in the bottom of the second for the White Sox. The Bull, Greg Lazinski, then Tom Paciorek, and Vance Law to face Scott McGregor. So the Orioles have had a couple opportunities and a couple of squanders. And in 2 innings, the White Sox have had 2 errors. Here comes the Bull, Greg Lazinski, the designated hitter. Right-handed batter. McGregor looks in. Dempsey sets the target. The pitch to Lazinski. 6-5. 6-5. Right-handed batter, 6-5, fly ball, shallow center field. Shelby comes in, makes the catch, 1 away. As Lazinski turns and goes to the bench. That'll bring up the first baseman, Tom Paciorek. He's a right-handed batter. McGregor nods his head. The leg kick and the pitch to Tommy Paciorek. 4-7 to Paciorek. 4-7. Right-handed batter. 4-7. And that is a line shot to the leaping Cicada, who snares it. Great play by Len Cicada. 2 down, robbing Paciorek of a single. 1 through 7 would have been a single. We rolled a 15. So a great play on the line out to Cicada. Hello, Nurse Teresa.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Who are you playing against who?
This is the 1983 Card&Dice Strat-O-Matic 1&done championship game. The Baltimore Orioles, the 2 seed at 98 and 64, take on the White Sox, the 1 seed, 99 and 63. There are 2 outs. No one on here in the bottom of the second with no score, and that'll bring up Vance Law, the third baseman, right-handed batter. McGregor looking for a 1-2-3 inning. He kicks and deals to Vance Law. 6-2, how do you do? Right-handed batter, 6-2, ground ball, second base. Cicada's a 2, and that's a 20. A 2 and a 20. Cicada fields it smoothly, tosses to Murray, and the side is retired. 1-2-3, go the Pale Hose. We're through 2 here in Chicago at Comiskey Park. No score. We go to the top of the third in this championship game. Due up for the Orioles, the top of the order, Shelby, Lowenstein, and Murray. Once again, back up on the mound, towing the rubber, is Richard Dotson. As he finishes his warm-up tosses. Here comes John T-Bone Shelby. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to Dotson. Switch hitter, bat lefty. Dotson's ready to work. He deals to Shelby. 5-8. Left-handed batter. 5-8. Strike 3 looking. Paints the inside corner. Great job of Fisk framing it. That's the 3rd strikeout for Dotson. Shelby didn't like the call. Joining us at the ballpark is Clinton Parks and Beardson 007. Beardson says, it's a Chicago simulation. Our World Series Orioles game, Major League Network is showing the Cubs Phillies 23-22 game from 79. That was a wild affair. All right, 1 out. Here's John Lowenstein. Let it be Lowenstein. He flew out to center. Digs in the left-hander's batter's box. The windup and the pitch to Lowenstein. Dotson fires in. 555s. That's a 5-10. Left-handed batter. 5-10. This is a play for Fisk. Fisk is a 2, and that's a 3. Flip the advanced fielding chart. 2-3. What will it be? We shall see. 2-3. Popped up. Foul territory. Fisk throws the mask aside. Waits for it to come down. He makes the catch. And there's 2 away. So Dotson hoping for a 1-2-3 inning. And this could be the first inning that the White Sox don't boot the ball. They'll have to get through Eddie Murray. Murray reached on a 2-base error by Ron Kittle and left. Murray, left-handed batter, switch hitter, digs in. Dotson picks up the sign from Fisk. He rocks and deals to Eddie Murray. 4-7. Will it go to heaven? 4-7, left-handed batter. Swing and a miss! Fisk applies the tag as the breaking ball hit the dirt. And 1-2-3. Go the O's. Another strikeout for Dotson. That's his 4th. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Still no score here in Chicago at Comiskey Park in our championship game. Due up for the White Sox. Scott Fletcher had that big home run in the semifinals to help propel the White Sox to the championship game. Then the top of the order, Rudy Law and Julio Cruz. Scott McGregor back up on the mound. He's ready to work. He deals to Scott Fletcher. 5-10. Fletcher's a righty. 5-10. This will be a play for Dempsey. He's a 1 defender. A 1 and a 4. 1 and a 4 is a pop-up in front of the plate. Dempsey tosses his mask aside. And he makes the catch. 1 down. So we have quite a pitcher's duel going here at Comiskey. Top of the order, Rudy Law. Rudy Law grounded out to the pitcher in his first at-bat. Law, left-handed batter. McGregor gets the side. He nods his head. The leg kick and the pitch to Law. 5-7 to Rudy Law. 5-7. Line shot, a step and a dive, and that is out number 2. What a play by what a play by Rich Dower. Another great play by the Orioles infield. We had a great one by Sakata in the prior inning, and now extra base is robbed at the hot corner by Rich Dower. So there are 2 down. And here's Julio Cruz. He singled, made it all the way to third, but that's where he would be stranded in the bottom of the first. 2 outs, no one on. McGregor, arms down to his chest. The windup and the pitch to Cruz. 1-8. 1-8. Cruz switch hitter batting righty, but it's a left-handed pitcher. So 1-8, and that is a line shot, and Ripken goes high in the air to snare it. 1 through 16 is a base hit. We rolled a 17, and the Orioles are flashing the leather. Ripken jogs towards the dugout and tosses the ball to a young Oriole fan who has traveled here to Chicago and Comiskey Park. What a play by Cal Ripken Jr. We're through 3, still no score in this championship game at Comiskey. Top of the 4th. For the Orioles, it'll be Ripken, Singleton, and Disco Dan Ford. Will he boogie around the bases? Going back out to his perch is Richard Dotson. Here's Cal Ripken Jr. He was a strikeout victim. Dotson has struck out 4 so far. Ripken awaits the pitch. Homeward bound it comes. Dotson tosses up a 6-9. Righty-righty matchup. 6-9. Ball 4. So Ripken fouls off a few pitches and works a walk. So Ripken's at first. E-Stealer will not be held on. Ken Singleton's card is upside down. Well, we'll turn that right around. Take that frown away. All right, so here's Kenny Singleton. Singleton singled. He's 1 for 1. Dotson hoping for a double play ball. Switch hitter Singleton digs in the left-hander's batter's box. Fisk sets a target. The pitch to Kenny Singleton. 3-11. 3-11. Right-handed pitcher. 3-11. Hard hit ball to Dotson. He turns. He fires to the shortstop. And on to first double play. 1-6 to 3. Ripken is erased from the base path. As that went Dotson to Fletcher to Pachorik. So Dotson fielding his position quite well in this game. 2 outs, base is empty thanks to the pitcher's best friend, the double play. And that brings up Disco Dan Ford. Ford flew out to center. Dotson, arms over his head, the twist and the pitch. 4-3, what will it be? We shall see on the 4-3. Righty-righty matchup. 4-3, fly ball left field. We've already seen Kittle butcher 1. He is a 4, and that's a 9. Left field. 4-9 goes to an error check. He's an E11. He's already made a 2-base error. And that's an 8. And he will make this catch, I do believe. An 11 and an 8. And racing back, reaching up, and he does make the catch going into the left center field gap. And the side is retired, so Kittle doesn't drop that one. Second fly out for Ford. We go to the bottom of the fourth, still scoreless here at Comiskey Park in Chicago. We have quite a pitcher's duel going. Due up for the White Sox in the bottom of the fourth will be Fisk, Baines, and Kittle. Kittle looking for some bits. Scott McGregor back up on the mound for the O's. Looking for another 1-2-3 inning. Carlton Fisk walked his first time up. McGregor picks up the sign from Dempsey. Here's the pitch, homeward bound to Carlton Fisk. Pudge gets a 2-10. 2-10. Left-handed pitcher, 2-10. Oh, he is hit by a pitch. As that breaking pitch came a little too far in, Fisk didn't even move. Second time he will reach base without a hit. First time he walked. So Fisk is at first, no outs. And now bring up Harold Baines. He grounded to second. It was a soft grounder that advanced Cruz and Fisk in the first. Let's see what Harold Baines can do. Lefty-lefty matchup. McGregor hoping to turn two. Fisk will be held close. He's a C-stealer. So it'll be a -1 until 2 outs. 1 through 13 when advancing the bases after a hit. Here's the pitch to Baines. McGregor fires in a 2-4. Will it close the door? Left-handed pitcher. 2-4. Hard hit ball to McGregor. He turns. He fires to Ripken. Ripken comes across the bag to Murray. Double play. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. 1-6-3 the other way. As Fisk is erased. So there's 2 outs. Base is empty. And here comes Ron Kittle. He's been an adventure out and left so far. Let's see what Kittle can do here. Flew out to center. Here's the pitch. Homeward bound to Ron Kittle. McGregor tosses up a 4-7. Trying to fool him on the breaking stuff. 4-7. Right-handed batter. 4-7. Line shot right at the second baseman, Cicada. And the side is retired. The O's flashing a bit of leather today. We go to the top of the fifth. Still no score here at Comiskey. Due up for the Orioles, Cicada, Dower, and Dempsey, the bottom third of the order, to face Richard Dotson. Dotson so far, no runs, and he struck out 4. Here's Len Cicada. He reached on an error by his counterpart, Julio Cruz. That should have been a double play ball, but Dotson, the White Sox, pitched around it. Cicada with the goggles on. Glasses, actually. Dotson's ready to work. He deals to Len Cicada. 5-12. Righty-righty matchup. 5-12. Swing and a miss. Chase the high heat. That's K number 5 for Dotson. And here's Rich Dower. He's made a fine defensive play at third. Lined out to Julio Cruz. Dotson's ready to work. The windup and the pitch to Rich Dower. 2-7. 2-7 to Rich Dower. Righty-righty matchup. 2-7. Jammed and popped up. Left side. Waving his arms is Vance Law. He'll make the catch. 2 outs. Base is empty for the number 9 batter, Rick Dempsey. He struck out in his first plate appearance against Dotson. Dotson looking for a 1-2-3 inning. The leg kick and the pitch to Rick Dempsey. 6-7. Righty-righty matchup. 6-7 and a 5. Line shot right at the second baseman, Julio Cruz. The side is retired. Dempsey 0 for 2. We go to the bottom of the fifth, still scoreless here in Chicago. This is the 1-and-done championship 1983 tournament. And then there were 2. The number 2 seeded Baltimore Orioles 98 and 64 taking on the 1 seed Chicago White Sox 99 and 63. Due up for the White Sox in this scoreless game. Bottom of the fifth. Greg Lazinski, Tom Paciorek, and Vance Law. Lazinski flew out to center. McGregor is ready to face the bull. The windup and the pitch to Lazinski. 2-8. Left-handed pitcher, 2-8. Big swing and a miss. Badly fooled on the curveball. 1 down. And that is McGregor's first K. Lazinski now 0 for 2. Now bring up Tommy Paciorek. Was retired on a leaping line shot catch by Lancicata. He's 0 for 1. The pitch to Paciorek. McGregor fires up a 1-12. Left-handed pitcher. 1-12. Line shot! And Dower again a step and a dive towards the line. And he has the ball in his glove. It would have been a triple play as it was a line shot third base max, but no one is on. So the leather is being flashed by both teams, but especially the Orioles. Dower doing his best Brooks Robinson imitation tonight. So 2 up, 2 down. Paciorek just shakes his head. Second time he has struck the ball well, only to be robbed by an O's infielder. So here's Vance Law. Grounded to second. McGregor looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning. The windup and the pitch to Vance Law. 5-7. 5-7. Right-handed batter. 5-7. Ground ball to short and Ripken. Ripken is a 2, and that's a 5. Let's flip the advanced fielding chart. 2-5. Shortstop 2-5. Slowly hit. Ripken charges. Bare hands. Flips a quick one to Murray. He gets it out of the dirt. What a stretch. And they just nip Vance Law. The side is retired. Good play all the way around. Ripken and Murray. We're through 5 and we're still scoreless here at Comiskey Park. Due up for the Orioles, the top of the order. Shelby, Lowenstein, and Murray. So the pitcher duel continues here at Comiskey. Richard Dotson back up on the mound trying to produce another goose egg. Shelby is 0 for 2. He's grounded out to the pitcher and struck out. Dotson rocks and deals to Shelby. 2-10 to Shelby. Switch hitter batting lefty. Right-handed pitcher. 2-10. Line shot at the second baseman. Julio Cruz. 1 out. Shelby's now 0 for 3. He needed a 1 for a line shot past the second baseman. 2 through 20 is a line out. So 1 out, no one on for John Lowenstein. He's 0 for 2. He's flown to center and popped out to the catcher. Dotson looks in at Fisk. Nods his head. The leg kick and the pitch to Lowenstein. 3-5. 3-5. Right-handed pitcher. 3-5. Ball 4. So Lowenstein works a walk. He's at first. E. Steeler. They won't hold him on until 2 outs. And here's Eddie Murray, switch hitting first baseman. 0 for 2. Reached on a 2-base error by Kittle in the first and then struck out. Dotson hoping for a double play ball. The pitch to Murray. 3-7. 3-7. Right-handed pitcher. 3-7. That's a walk. So Dotson, after the line out, has walked Lowenstein and now Murray. First and second, 1 out. The Orioles have something going here. The O's have something going here. And here comes Cal Ripken Jr. He has struck out and walked. He's 0 for 1. Lowenstein at second, not being held on. E. Steeler until 2 outs. And Murray at first. Dotson hoping for a double play ball, but he's got to find the target. Fisk pounds the mitt, sets the target. Pitch homeward bound to Cal Ripken Jr. 2-4. Does it close the door on Ripken? 2-4. Right-handed pitcher. 2-4. Fly ball. Center field B. Question mark. So that's going to be out number 2. Singleton's coming up. Lowenstein can possibly tag and go to... no, he can't. No, he can't. That's got to be the right field to do that. So he'll hold up. If he was at third, he could possibly tag up. So 2 outs, 2 on. Probably wouldn't have sent him anyway. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Kenny Singleton, switch hitter batting lefty. Singleton has singled and banged into a double play. Runners will be off on contact. Lowenstein will be held close, so he's a +1, 1 through 15. Murray will be a +2 at first, 1 through 16. Singleton awaits the Dotson offering. He doesn't have to wait long. Here's the pitch. Dotson fires in a 4-10. 4-10, left-handed batter. 4-10, fly ball center field. Rudy Law's a 2. It's a defense check, a 2-15. He should make the play on that. So that ball's hit towards the gap. 2-15. And he makes the catch. And the side is retired. So Singleton flies out to center. The Orioles put 2 on via the walk, but strand both. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still scoreless here in Comiskey. Orioles squander another opportunity. They just can't get that big hit. Someone's going to have to get a big hit in this championship game. But it won't be Kenny Singleton, at least not that at bat. Due up for the White Sox to face Scott McGregor, who's tossing a shutout, as well as Dotson. Scott Fletcher in the top of the order, Rudy Law and Julio Cruz. Fletcher popped out to Dempsey his first time up. He's 0 for 1. McGregor back up on the bump, the leg kick, and the pitch from the lefty. 3-7. 3-7. 3-7. Ground ball to third. Backhanded by Dower. Throws across the diamond to Murray. 1 down. Dower having a fine day at the hot corner. Top of the order. And Rudy Law, he's 0 for 2. Grounded out to first and was robbed by Dower of a double when Dower, a step and a dive, snared the line shot. The pitch to Law. McGregor fires in a 5-7. 5-7 from Scott McGregor. Lefty-lefty matchup. 5-7. Line shot! And this time Dower goes high in the air to snare it. Oh, my Lord. Rich Dower doing it with the glove for sure tonight. The second time he has robbed Rudy Law. As Law just shakes his head, and you can hear the moans and groans of the White Sox faithful here at Comiskey. So 2 outs, base is empty for Julio Cruz. He has singled and then was robbed on a great play by Cal Ripken at short. McGregor looking for a 1-2-3 inning with a little help from his friends. The pitch to Julio Cruz, 3-8 to Julio Cruz. Switch hitter batting righty, left-handed pitcher though, 3-8. Bounding ball to short. Ripken has it, throws to Murray, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Pale Holes once again. We're through 6, and we're scoreless here at Comiskey. We go to the top of the 7th in this scoreless championship game. It'll be Ford, Cicada, and Rich Dower. So here's Disco Dan Ford. He's flown out twice, once to center, once to left. Point of weakness check inning. Bud Biner says, go O's. Bud just joining us. It's scoreless, top of the 7th. Orioles are up. So here's Dan Ford. Point of weakness check for Dotson. Dotson's ready to work. He rocks and deals to Disco Dan Ford. 4-9. 4-9. Righty-righty matchup. 4-9. Fly ball, center field, going back a bit, making the catch is Law. 1 down. So 3 flyouts for Ford. They don't produce any fruit. Larry Harris says, pitcher's duel. Yes, it is indeed. Bud Biner likes that. So 1 out. And here's Len Cicada, the second baseman, reached on an error by his counterpart Julio Cruz and struck out. He's 0 for 2. Cicada digs in that right-hander's batter's box. Here's the pitch by Dotson, 4-12. Righty-righty matchup, 4-12. Shallow fly ball to right, coming in, and making the catch is Baines, 2 away. So far, point of weakness inning, looking pretty good for Dotson. 1 out away from a 1-2-3 inning, and here comes Rich Dower. Dower, channeling his inner Brooks Robinson, has been absolutely marvelous at the hot corner. Let's see if he can do something with the bat in this scoreless game. Top of the 7th, 2 outs, no one on. Dotson looks in at Fisk. He gets the sign, the leg kick, and the pitch to Rich Dower. 4-6, pick up some sticks. Right-handed batter, 4-6, fly ball to left. Kittle goes over. He makes the catch, squeezing the glove with both hands. He had a little trouble with that one, but the side is retired. 3 fly balls, 3 outs. We're scoreless as we go to the bottom of the 7th in this championship game at Comiskey Park in Chicago. It will be Fisk, Baines, and Kittle. If anyone gets on the bull, Greg Lazinski to face Scott McGregor. It's now Scott McGregor's point of weakness check. This is all it can be. Pitcher's duel, that's what you want. You've come to the right place. So here comes Pudge. Fisk has walked and been hit by a pitch. No official at bat. Let's see if he can go bippity-boppity-boom for the hometown fans. Scott McGregor is the lefty. He's ready. And here's the toss. McGregor tosses up a 6-3. What will it be? We shall see on the 6-3. Right-handed batter, 6-3. Ground ball to first. The first baseman is Murray. Murray is a 1, and that's a 14. 1-14. Let's see if it's a range play or an error check. First base, 1-14 goes to an error check. Murray is an E11. So we roll the 2 red die. That's a 2. That's going to be another roll. E11. No, it is a straight out error. I thought it was going to be a re-roll, but it is not. And it's a 2-base error as the ball ticks off his glove and goes into right field. And hustling all the way is Fisk. So he's at second base. So the Orioles commit their first error of the game, an E3, and it could be a costly one, off the glove of Murray on the hard hit ball, and then careens into foul territory, and by the time anyone can corral it, Carlton Fisk is standing at second. So we rolled a 2, and it's an E11. And let's just double check. First base, yep, 2-base error. I thought it was going to be one of those split re-rolls, but it is not. So that's a tough error. It should have been an out. It was a hard hit ball, but Murray should have had it. And here's Harold Baines. Fisk at second. Baines is a B bunter. Would you bunt with Harold Baines? I don't think they're going to. So Baines will swing away. He's 0 for 2. Ground out and a double play. Fisk being held close. He's a C stealer, so it'll be a -1 until 2 outs, 1 through 13. McGregor, the leg kick and the pitcher, Harold Baines. Lefty-lefty matchup, 3-9. 3-9, fly ball, right field B. So Fisk, so that's an out. That's an out. Making the catch is Disco Dan Ford. So Ford has a -1 arm. So the way this works with a question mark, +2, so it's going to be a +1. So Fisk is a +1, 1 through 15. So 1 through 15, he's safe. 20, he's out. Anything between 19 and 16, he holds. He's going to try to tag up with 1 out and go to third on the fly ball to right. And it's a 7, so he is safe. So Fisk tags up and goes to third on the fly ball to right. And now the White Sox have the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Sack. And I'll bring up Ron Kittle. Kittle has made a 2-base error and left that Dotson bailed him out in the first with a strikeout. And he's 0 for 2. He's flown to center and lined to second. On deck is Lazinski. Infield in. Kittle trying to give the White Sox, a lead here in this championship game. No score. 1 out. Fisk at third, bottom of the 7th. McGregor, grim determination on his face, nods his head. Dempsey sets the target, the pitch to Ron Kittle. 5 boxcars, 5-12. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter, 5-12, ball 4. So they pitch very carefully to Kittle. Ball 4. Double play gets him out of the inning. Fisk still at third. They'll play for 2 now, because a slow-footed Greg Lazinski comes to the plate, and if he hits the ball hard at an infield, they're going to turn 2. Lazinski has flown to center and struck out. Ripken and Sakata pinch the middle. First and third, runners on the corners. The pitch to the bull. McGregor tosses up a soft one, hoping for Lazinski to beat it into the ground. 5-3, what will it be? We shall see. 5-3, ground ball B, back to the pitcher. Ground ball B. There's no way the runner from freaking third scores on that. If no runners are forced, runners hold. If one or more runners are forced, they could. Runner at first is out, batter is safe, other runners. So they try to go for 2. That's what the rules say. They try to go for 2. They won't turn it. And Fisk scores from third. We're playing for 2. They can't turn it. Kittle is out. Reaching on the fielder's choice. He beats out the double play ball on the ground ball B. Fielder's choice. 1-6 is Lazinski. There's now 2 outs. Lazinski has an RBI as he beats out the double play ball. And the White Sox, that's small ball. The error proves costly off the glove of Murray. Fisk went to second, advanced on the sac fly from Baines. The walk to Kittle, and now they can't turn 2, and Fisk scores. So there was not a hit for that run. 2 outs, and Lazinski stands at first with the only RBI of the game. Holy cow. And here comes Tom Paciorek, 1-0. Point of weakness, he has walked. Only a walk so far. The errors don't count. So he still needs a combination of 2 hits or 2 walks to hit point of weakness. Paciorek has hit the ball quite hard. Robbed on a great play on a line shot to the second baseman Cruz. To the second baseman Sakata, and then Dower. The pitch to Paciorek, 1-0, 2 outs. Lazinski at first. They're holding him close. That's a 3-7 to Tommy Paciorek. A left-handed pitcher, 3-7. Swing and a miss, and the side is retired. But the White Sox push across the only run of the game so far without a hit. A 2-base error, a sac fly. Fisk moves to third. A walk. A fielder's choice when they can't turn the double play on the ball, hit back to McGregor, and it's 1-0. White Sox. We go to the top of the 8th, and the Baltimore Orioles trail by 1. It will be Dempsey, Shelby, and Lowenstein to face Richard Dotson. Again, point of weakness check for Dotson. So a pitcher's duel, and the only run that scores is without a hit. Unbelievable. So here's Rick Dempsey, Orioles trailing by 2. Salome Barojas is up in the White Sox pen. He's ready in case they go for a 6-out save. But Dotson pitched, I believe, in Game 1 of the tournament for the Orioles, they were one of the top 8 teams, so they came in round 3. He pitched a complete game victory. He's trying to do it again here against much tougher competition. Dempsey is 0 for 2. He struck out and lined out to second. Here's the pitch to the O's catcher, Rick Dempsey. 1-6. Pick up some sticks on the 1-6. Righty-righty matchup. 1-6. Ground ball to short. Up with it is Fletcher. He throws to Paciorek, 1 down. Dempsey's now 0 for 3. White Sox fans counting outs now to the championship in this tournament. Here comes John T-Bone Shelby. He's 0 for 3. The pitch to Shelby. Dotson fires in a 3-8. Shelby hoping for it to be great. Switch hitter batting lefty. Right-handed pitcher, though, so it's a 3-8. Single to center. So Shelby picks up his first hit as he returns to center. Line shot to center field. And he's an A stealer. Fisk is a 0, so that's a neutral arm. They're going to hold him close. And A is a -2. 1 through 13. 1 through 13. John Lowenstein comes to the plate. There goes Shelby. And it is a 9. So Shelby steals second base. And that's a miracle in itself when I roll the 20-sider. So Shelby steals second. He's had a few stolen bases in this tournament. Been caught a few times. So a stolen base for John T-Bone Shelby. And the tying run is in scoring position for John Let It Be Lowenstein. On deck is Eddie Murray. Boy, would he like to make amends for the error that helped the Pale Hose score their only run. Lowenstein is 0 for 2. He's flown to center, popped out to Fisk, and walked. Shelby, they're keeping him close at second. Dotson looks over his shoulder, now in at the plate. He rocks and deals to John Lowenstein. 3-10, moment of truth. Right-handed pitcher, 3-10, fly ball, right field. Making the catch in right is Baines. He's a -3 arm, as it's a question mark, so Shelby can tag up. So it's a fly ball to right. So Baines is a -3, but it's a +2, so it's a -1. Shelby, 1 through 15, he'll be safe. A 20, he's out. Anything else, he holds. He's going to tag up. And it's a 5. He advances to third. But there's 2 outs now, and Shelby 90 feet away. So Lowenstein gets the sack from tying this game up. And here's Eddie Murray. Murray, the 2-base error to Fisk. Fisk would advance on the sack fly by Baines to right. Kittle walked. Lazinski banged a ground ball to the pitcher. They couldn't turn 2. The Bull beat it out. 1-0 White Sox. He got a ribby. And now the Orioles are trying to return the favor. But there's 2 outs here. Murray trying to make amends for that horrific error at first. He has reached on an error by Kittle. That was a 2-base error. Struck out and walked. So he is 0 for 2. Murray, left-handed batter. Okay, so we had a single. So it's still no point of weakness yet. The pitch to Murray from Dotson. This could be the last batter and the last inning for Dotson. 3-7. 3-7, right-handed pitcher. 3-7, ball 4. Now one more walk or hit, and he'll reach point of weakness. In the 7th, it went 1-2-3. So it's first and third, and here comes Cal Ripken Jr. Ripken is struck out, walked, was erased on the double play, and flew out to center. Let's take a look at Barojas' card here. It would be a 4-out save. Barojas, 3-3 with a 2.47. He has a save in this tournament. I believe he has 2 saves. No, he has 1 save. Let's just look. They're going to let Dotson stay in the game for the moment. Righty. Barojas, I believe, is... I should have looked. He's a righty, too. So Barojas is ready. Get the card out. Pitching coach to the mound. Fisk to the mound. And Dotson's going to stay in. He wants to clean up his own mess, and they're going to let him. Shelby at third's a tying run. Murray's at first. 2 outs. Runners on the corners. Dotson takes a deep breath. Arms over his head. Now down to his chest. The windup and the pitch to Cal Ripken Jr. trying to tie the game or give the O's the lead. It is a 4-8 righty-righty matchup. 4-8. Fly ball deep center field. Racing back. Rudy Law at the track. He reaches up and he makes the catch. The side is retired. Dotson pumps his fist. The Orioles strand the tying run at third and the go-ahead run at first. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 1-0 White Sox. The O's will have one more chance in the top of the 9th. So Dotson's day most likely done now. 8 shutout innings. He's pitched out of a couple of jams. And we shall see as Solomon Barojas is ready. And Scott McGregor in the last inning gave up a walk. He still has to give up a combination in this inning of 3, because it's 4 in 2 innings, so it's still 3, a combination of 3 hits and walks to go to point of weakness. And it's Law, Fletcher, and Law. So it's Vance Law, Scott Fletcher, and Rudy Law as they go back to the top of the order. And Law and Fletcher are 0 for 4 combined, so McGregor's going to stay in there against them. Tippy Martinez is ready. First sign of trouble. McGregor's out of there. Here's the pitch to Vance Law. McGregor, 5-5. Right-handed batter, 5-5 and a 10. And there's the first sign of trouble, folks. That's a double to the gap. A 1 or a 2 would have been a triple. That is a double to the left center gap. And there's a huge insurance run. And that's it for Mr. McGregor. So a leadoff double for Vance Law. Scott Fletcher will be bunting. Here's Tippy Martinez. Let's see if they go with Tippy or we'll roll the for the bunt with the McGregor on the mound. Tippy Martinez is a lefty. That's the only thing. Maybe we go to Sammy Stewart. But Tippy only had a 2.35. You got to go with the closer. McGregor's a lefty anyway. So they're going to let McGregor pitch. They're going to let McGregor pitch to Fletcher. A bunter. They're going to play for the bunt. So it'll be a B bunter. Trying to advance the runner to third with 1 out. Here's the pitch for McGregor. Fletcher squares. That's a 5. That's going to be a good bunt on a B. So a B and a 5. McGregor fields it. Throws to first. Sakata covering the bag on the wheel play. And that's out number 1, but advancing to third on a great sacrifice by Fletcher is Law. So that's a sac bunt, 1 to 4. So Law's at third. And here comes Tippy Martinez. Law is 0 for 3 off McGregor, so he's glad to see Scott McGregor go. McGregor pitched 7 1/3. He's responsible. He's given up 1 run, but he's responsible for the runner at third. Law. So here's Tippy Martinez. Give him the red pen. Tippy Martinez. And Martinez in 1983, 9 wins, 3 losses. They don't tell you the saves on the old card. And a 2.35 earned run average. He struck out 81, walked 37, gave up 76 hits. and allowed 10 homers and 103 innings pitched. Cruz on deck. He's a switch hitter. So 2 left-handed batters. That tip he's got to get. Rudy Law, as I stated, 0 for 3, robbed of 2 hits on 2 great plays by Rich Dower. Infield in. The pitch from Martinez to Law. White Sox up 1-0, trying to add an insurance run, a huge insurance run, here in the bottom of the 8th with 1 out. That is a 4-12 lefty-lefty matchup. 4-12 ground ball B. Back to the pitcher. Infield is in. Ground ball B. Ground ball B. Runner at third is out. Why would you send him? But that's what it says. Infield in. Ground ball B. So the contact play was on. As they thought that ball was going to shoot past Tippy Martinez, he fields it. Throws to Dempsey, who applies the tag on Law. Ground ball B. Batter safe, runner at third out, other runners advance 1 base. Well, there are no other runners. So the infield in works as Tippy Martinez snares the hard hit ball up the middle. And for some asinine reason, they had the contact play on. So he is out. Law reaches on the fielder's choice. And that is 1-2. So 2 outs now. What a huge play. You can hear the moans and groans of the White Sox fans here at Comiskey. Martinez, 1 out away now of taking it to the top of the 9th, down by 1, and that's what he has to do. So here we go, folks. Julio Cruz. Law is at first. He's a double-A stealer. Double-A stealer. Oh, the blue 20-sider jumped. We got it, though. He's already double-A. Dempsey is a -3. And double-A's -2, -5 from 1 through 17, 1 through 12. He's going to go. And he is safe! Throw by Dempsey just slightly to the left. So the tag from Ripken has to come over a little farther. And Law's in scoring position with that stolen base. And here's Julio Cruz. First base is open. Fisk on deck. Cruz trying to give the White Sox a 2-0 lead. They'll keep Rudy Law close. No, there's 2 outs, so it'll be +1. 1 through 18. Julio Cruz is singled. Lined out to short. Ripken went high in the air. And grounded to short. Martinez takes a deep breath. He rocks and deals to Julio Cruz. 1-7. Left-handed pitcher. 1-7. Fly ball. Left field. Going back. Making the catch for out number 3 is Lowenstein. And the side is retired. The infield in, the contact play, gets Vance Law out at the plate. The stolen base doesn't matter. We go to the top of the 9th. The Orioles have 3 more outs of baseball life. The White Sox have 3 more outs to a tournament championship of 1983. Revenge from reality, when the Orioles would beat the White Sox in the American League Championship Series and then win against the Phillies in one of the most boring World Series ever. So this is it, folks. This is it. And let me just check out the defense. And it's going to be Salome Barojas. Do we go to Barojas? And they're going to go to Barojas, the closer. Dotson has given you 8. How many? He's given up 1 hit and a 1. Yeah, so if he gives up another... Singleton, Ford, and Cicada. Of those 3, there's only been 1 hit off Dotson. we want to keep Dotson in. That's the question. So if he gives up 2 hits, because he gave up a hit and a walk, so if he gives up a hit and a walk or 2 hits or 2 walks, he's reached point of weakness in the 9th. But Rojas is ready. They're going to go to the closer. They're going to go to the closer. They're going to go to the closer, Salomon Barojas, to get the final 3 outs here in this championship game. Barojas, 3-3, 2.47. Struck out 38, walked 32. That could be an issue. Only gave up 2 home runs, though. Allowed 70 hits in 87 innings. So it's Salomon Barojas trying to get the final 3 outs here. He's a right-handed thrower. He's good for 3 innings. But they don't want to see 3 innings. They want to see 3 outs and close the door on the Orioles. For the Orioles, in their last gasp charge, it'll be Singleton, Ford, and Sakata. Singleton, 1 for 3. He is singled, banged into a double play, and flown out to center. Singleton, switch hitter, batting lefty. Barojas has a quick word with Fisk. Fisk back behind the plate. Let's check out our defense here. Kittle's a 4E11. Pechorik's a 4E7. Law's a 3. Fletcher's a 3. We really don't have... with the 83 set, as I've stated many times, I only have the basic number of players. Walker at first is, yeah, he's bad. Hill's a catcher. Squires at first is a 1E6. So Mike Squires, I guess we could bring Squires in. He's better than Pechorik defensively. So Mike Squires will come in, and that's it. So here comes Mike Squire to play first base defensively, as he's a 1E6. So Pechorik goes out. And it's going to be Squires. First base, 1 range, error 6, CBC, stealing, bunting, hit and run, CBB, excuse me. And a 13 for base running. But you don't want to see any of that. So let's just take Tommy Pechorik out. Pechorik is done. Squire comes in defensively. And if you're a White Sox fan, you definitely don't want to see him bat, because that means something went drastically wrong. So let's put Pechorik over here. All right, so Barojas done with his warm-up tosses. And here's Kenny Singleton. Again, 1 for 3. The pitch to Kenny from Barojas. White Sox 3 outs away from a championship. 5-8. Singleton hoping for it to be great. Left-handed batter. 5-8. Ground ball to short. And Scott Fletcher. That's a 4. A 3 and a 4. I think this ball's going to get through. 3, 4. Single. Past the dive of Fletcher. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So Singleton picks up his second hit. Fletcher's a 3. We rolled a 4. And that's a single. So the O's get the tying run at first. And Kenny Singleton, 1 through 9, base runner. They're down a run. And he has 2 hits, but you got to take him out. You need a speedier runner here. And it's going to be Al Bunbury. Al Bunbury, 1 through 15. Let's see who's coming up, though. It's going to be Ford, Sakata, Dower. It's going to be Al Bunbury. Is going to pinch run for Kenny Singleton. So here's Al Bunbury. Coming into first. If they tie it and we go extra innings, he will be the DH. He's a 15 base runner, B stealer, B bunter, C hit and run. All right, so Singleton's out of the game. Tying run at first, and the much speedier Bumblebee Bumbry. And here's Disco Dan Ford. Ford is a B bunter. They're holding Bumbry on. We could play hit and run. We're going to play hit and run because he goes to a C. He goes from a C to a B hit and run. Hit and run. Orioles really rolling the dice here. I don't have anyone to replace Kittle. I don't have anyone to replace Kittle, or I would have replaced Kittle. Believe me, I would have replaced Kittle. He's already made a 2-base error. Our good friend Sports Time Machine, check out that wonderful channel. Hit and run for the Orioles. It's a 4 and a B. That's going to be a successful hit and run. B4. Runner advances 1 base. Knocking the ball down is the pitcher, Barojas. He throws to first. 1 down on the B4. Yep, batter thrown out by pitcher. Runner advances 1 base. So Bumbry is now in scoring position with 1 out. Ford on the hit and run. 1-3. So Bumbry's in scoring position. Oh, Pachorik should have went to left. Ah, I see what you're saying. I just wanted to get him out. Yeah. Then he should have went to left. I see what you're saying, my friend. I was so wanting him to get him off first base. Yeah. Oh well, my faux pas. Here comes Lenny Sakata now. 1 out. Tying run at second base. Sakata 0 for 3. The pitch from Barojas to Sakata. Yeah, you're right. I should have done that. That's a 3-2. How do you do? Righty-righty matchup. 3. Oh, my Lord. It doesn't matter. 3, 2. Boom goes the ball. And Lenny Sakata will touch them all. Righty-righty matchup. 3-2. Sakata on the snake eyes crushes that ball to left. Barojas hangs his head. Holy poop! The Orioles take a 2-1 lead as Comiskey Park has just turned into Mudville. And the mighty Casey is on the mound. Oh my God, 3-2, how do you do? A bippity-boppity boom by Len Sakata. To the moon, Alice! To the moon. 2-1, and there is absolute joy and jocularity in that Orioles dugout. A 2-run homer by Sakata. Barojas blows the save and possibly the championship game. Unbelievable. High fives and back slaps all through the dugout. Sakata jumps all over that Barojas fastball. He was sitting dead red. And it's 2-1. Holy cow. Here's Rich Dower now. And the fans here at Comiskey are in shock. Dower, what a day at third base with the glove, channeling his inner Brooks Robinson. But he's 0 for 3 at the plate. Here's the pitch from Barojas to Dower. Fist trying to calm him down. And now that's a 6-4. Does it close the door on Rich Dower? Righty-righty matchup, 6-4. Ground ball to third. And this is Vance Law. It's a defense check. He's a 3, and that's an 8. A 3-8 goes to the error check. E18. That's an 8. E18 and an 8. Ground ball A. So that's going to be out number 2. Nice play by Law. Throws to Squires at first. 2 outs now. Scoring at home 5-3, but the White Sox fans are still in shock on the 2-run homer by Len Cicada, as he just Bill Mazeroski, probably, the White Sox. And here's Rick Dempsey, 2 outs, no on. He's 0-for-3, struck out, lined out, and grounded out. The pitch from Barojas to Dempsey, 2-3. What will it be? We shall see. Righty-righty matchup. 2-3, fly ball to right. That's going to do it. Making the catch is Baines, but the bippity-boppity-boom by Len Cicada. We go to the bottom of the 9th, 2-1, Orioles. My, how the worm has turned. So now it's Tippy Martinez trying to close out the championship game here. He'll have to face Fisk, Baines, and Kittle. If anyone gets on the bull, Greg Lazinski, 1 to tie, 2 to win. As Sports Time Machine says he channeled his inner Bucky Dent. And you are correct, Mr. Utah Mike. I was so wanting to get Pachorik off first base for Squires. I did not pay attention because in left, he is a 3E4, and he should have been in left. It didn't matter, but you are right. But I was so wanting him to get off. I already knew in my head. I said, if we have a lead, take him off first base. But yeah, he should have went to left. You are correct. Baseball Demos is at the ballpark. Ken Harrelson was announcer in 83. He would have said, grab some bench on a strikeout. All right. Well, the White Sox, now the tide has turned. Now they're down 1. And they're 3 outs from elimination. And the Orioles are 3 outs from a tournament victory in the 25th game of this 1983 one-and-done tournament. Strat-O-Matic Card&Dice, my original card set. Alrighty here. So Tippy Martinez. And this is his point of weakness. He can go 2 innings. So it's Fisk, Baines, and Kittle. Fisk walked, hit by a pitch, reached on a 2-base error by Murray, and scored the only run in the 7th, a sack, fly by Baines sent him to third, a walk, and then a double play ball that was not turned. Lazinski got the RBI. But it could be all for naught. Here's the pitch for Martinez to Pudge. A 6-5 right-handed batter. 6-5, slowly hit ball to second. Cicada racing in, bare hands, flips to Murray, 1 down, 1 down. Len Cicada doing it all like Bogey and Bacall. As that was a 6-5. Slowly hit ground ball to second. That's a C. You are out. So Fisk is out. And more moans and groans. More moans and groans by the White Sox fans as Clinton Park saying, Maggie, shut the door. All right, here's Harold Baines. Kittle up next. Baines, 0 for 2. He had the sac fly his last time up. He's grounded out and banged into a double play ball. He can tie the game with one mighty swing of the bat. Lefty-lefty matchup. Tippy picks up the sign from Dempsey. The leg kick and the pitch to Harold Baines. 1-6. Pick up some sticks. Lefty-lefty matchup. 1-6. Hard hit ball to short. Ripken's up with it. Throws to first. 2 away. The Orioles are now up on the top step of the dugout. What another miraculous game if they pull it off in our one-and-done 1983 tournament. A lot of fun games in this tournament. And it came down to the 1 and 2 seeds. The 2 Orioles and the 1 White Sox. The White Sox knew they had all home games if they advanced, and they kept advancing. But now the advance should come to an end, unless Ron Kittle can get on or tie it up with one mighty swing. Kittle, 254, 35 homers, 3 triples, and 19 doubles, 150 strikeouts. Well, that would get you a $300 million contract nowadays, because isn't that about what what's-his-face did when he got signed for the Phillies, the former Washington National, whose name I do not like to speak? Bryce Harper? There, I said it. All right, so it's up to Kittle. 2 outs, no one on. Kittle looking for that mighty 3 column. Martinez is ready. He takes a deep breath, a bead of sweat from his brow. Arms over his head. The twisting windup and the pitch to Kittle. 6-4. 6-4. Ground ball. Short. Ripken is a 2. That's an 18. 2. 18. Ripken's up with it. He throws to Murray. Ball game over. Ball game over. The Orioles come back with a 2-run homer in the top of the ninth from Len Cicada. And 1-2-3 by Tippy Martinez on ground balls. And they take the championship right away from the White Sox 2-1. Holy cow, in the words of the late, great Phil Rizzuto. Unbelievable. The Orioles celebrate here at Comiskey as once again they stick it to the White Sox in reality and now in our Strat-O-Matic Card and Dice tournament. Wow, what a tournament. The Orioles are champions. The winning pitcher is Tippy Martinez out of the bullpen. McGregor went 7 1/3, only gave up 1 run. Dotson went 8. Dotson went 8. Gave up no runs. They went to Barajas, and Barajas is the losing pitcher, as he gives up the 2-run homer with 1 out in the top of the ninth to Len Cicada. Cicada crushed a fastball to the moon, Alice. And the Baltimore Orioles, like in real life in 1983, defeat the White Sox for a championship. In real life, they would defeat the White Sox in the American League Championship, then move on to crush the Phillies, again, in one of the most boring World Series ever. And I think Ripken's only World Series. Joe Altobelli, I do believe, was their manager, as Weaver had just retired. So that's it. 2-1, the Orioles win the tournament. Hope everyone enjoyed it. Thank you very much to Clinton Parks, Sports Time Machine, Baseball Demos, Larry Harris, Bud Biner, Clinton Parks, Beardson 007. I think I said Clinton twice, but that's okay. He's very nice. Ken Castro, and Jack Dawson. All right, we got our new Pine Tar set in with the 16 teams. We'll start cutting those up and play some games with that. And our next strat, we're going to get back to our Time Machine and Satchel Paige, and I believe it's the Detroit Tigers he's up against next. So thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, be smart in this time of the coronavirus. This too shall pass, and it shall. So keep your chin up, your head up, and we'll be A-OK. Till next time, God bless. I love you all. You know it's coming. Peace! The Orioles win on a 9th inning Len Cicada 2-run homer. Tippy Martinez, gets the White Sox 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 9th. A comeback victory 2-1.